So I was pretty impressed with that M.J.H. Astray red frame high resolution colored as the blue frame, because you can get one from Bandai in blue. And then I saw they had this guy, the high resolution Astray Noir. And you know, I am a fan of the design of this. Astray with the Strike Noir backpack and the color. I think it's pretty good. However, I'm not a big fan of its main weapon. Well, its newest weapon, I should say. And also, the original one, the price tag, I've looked and the cheapest I saw was about $180. This thing was half the price because it's a knockoff. And I've only built a couple high resolution kits, and the inner frame is pre-built. For this one, you build it all. I personally prefer building the entire kit, not having something pre-built for me. Personal preference. And so this is another reason I bought this thing. And it looks good. It's super solid, just like the other one, except for the V-fin. And it was a really weird thing because like the V-fin's cool. I like it. It's a interesting design. It's different for an Astray. And for some reason, it would go on perfectly fine without this little forehead piece that covers the cameras. And the forehead piece would go on fine without the V-fin on. But if I put both on, the V-fin wouldn't stay on. It wouldn't click into place. It was a very weird tolerance issue, so I had to glue the V-fin on. It wasn't a super big deal, but it was weird. The fact that it was just a little too thick with both together. I forgot about these. These connections that go into the backpack. They had this huge piece of excess flash. It wasn't even flash. It was just excess molding, and it looked like it was supposed to be that way, but it wouldn't go into here. So I had to cut that off, and then it would go in fine on both. That was weird. So yeah, 3 problems. And then after that, smooth sailing. And if you think it is a little back heavy, yeah, it is a little back heavy. But it doesn't take you just have to do a little bit of crotch thrusting in order to get them to stand straight. It's not a huge deal really. And another good thing, this backpack is really, really secure. I can't get it off. Like I was gonna pull it off and have it show it after. I can't. I pulled the actual back piece, which this is a new piece right here that connects the striker pack into it. This came out, but not the actual the pack by itself. So it's there. It's fine. Doesn't matter. And nothing's changed in terms of the posability because it's the same high resolution Astray Noir, or sorry, Astray high resolution. So you've got all the same kind of posability. You got the same kind of like rough detailing on the shoulders and the thighs, which cool little texture that they've kept on. Yeah, it's still very posable, and it still has that kind of like squat look, the thicker, chunkier look, which I'm personally a fan of. And I like the little bit of red. It's weird having the hands, the stomach, and the V-fin and the face. Nothing on the feet. I feel like there should be, because these toes are new. Where the original Astray high resolution there have like more like samurai toes, where these are just pointy boots. And actually, I think they're better than the other ones. They stay together, at least on the on this knockoff, way better. And it's a little something extra to differentiate it with the other ones. So let's get to those weapons. We'll start with the backpack. If you have seen the Strike Noir, you know what you're going to get, because it still has pretty much all the same kind of posability as the normal Master Grade. I think. I don't actually have an official Master Grade Strike Noir, but you can get it around. You can get these cannons, which were never used in the OVA, the Stargazer OVA. I was really upset about that because, like, I feel if you're going to show something, you should have all of its weapons on display for the people who want to build the model. And say, yeah, that's cool, but this was not one of them. It's nice though. A little loose right here. This hinge is a little flimsy, but once you get over here, over the wing, it stays well enough, and it does lock into place nicely. And you got the cool swords, which clip into these little gray pieces, and they're pretty solid. And this was nice. I love the detail on these blades. And you got the clear effect blades, or beams, I should say, which they go in. They're very nice and snug. No bubbling. I love it when there's no bubbling on clear pieces. That does happen sometimes with third parties and knockoffs. And you've got your prerequisite hands. But these ones are nice because some of them are normal static, but some have 2 hinges in the wrist. Yeah, up and down and in and out. Getting fancy. You got the talk to the hand. You got closed fists. You got slap hands. And then you got the holding ones, which are for the weapons. And, you know, it's not terrible. It could be better. You can kind of get a wedge in there. I find it's a little finicky. Like, these are, I don't feel like they were made with this. I feel like they were made with the Strike Noir in mind, but I don't think there's a high resolution Strike Noir. That's kind of weird, because you got the trigger finger hand, which is obviously for a beam rifle, which this one doesn't come with, because it doesn't come with that plate for the Astray beam rifle. So, yeah, not the best in terms of the. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I am doing it wrong. I just realized, because I wasn't putting it in all the way. There seems to be a nice little sweet spot at the top here, where it just kind of goes right into the fingers. Still not the best. Maybe it's better on the official, or I'm just a dumbass. But it does. It can hold it, kind of like it can hold it. It might fall out, but I think if you had it into a pose, you'd be okay. Who really knows? But yeah, I don't know. It feels like if they ever do a Strike Noir, unless they already have, and I just don't know about it, they probably work better in those hands. And then, well, we have to come to the stupidest weapons, I think. Katana pistols. You've got the katanas from the other Astrays. You got two, and they're nice chromed. This chrome is really good. They didn't skimp on the chrome process, but they're basically just the normal ones from the Astray. They're put into these weird holders that you stick on the side of a pistol. I like the pistols. Like, take these off. I think I might actually display it with just the pistols, because this is you've got beam swords. What do you need katana blades too? Like, especially attached to your pistol. Like, that looks good. You got the holsters, which are molded perfectly, and they come with these little holders for the side skirts. Well, to replace the side skirts, really. But they are molded perfectly to just go right in there. But then you just ruin it. I feel you ruin it by just duct taping some katana blades on the side. It is the I'm sorry, it's the dumbest thing. And I don't know what I was thinking earlier, saying that you don't need the trigger finger hand. It definitely comes in handy with these pistols. So, just yank at these hands. Nice connection. You heard the little snap when you pull them out. Yeah. So these are nice. These are nice looking. Just the pistols. I do like. I mean, you know, from this way, I guess it's not terrible looking. Like, because you just see the blade, and you can kind of see the pistol. I mean, I personally like that better. Like, just pistols. It's like the Strike Noir. It had two pistols. Just because Astrays were known for katanas, it doesn't mean you have to shove a katana up his butt every time you want to make one.